Guess what? It's time for another week of Hobbii Advent Calendar. Woo! This is week number 3. Let's open it and see what goodies we have inside. So as always, we have our lovely little project bag with the number 3 on it this time. And I have been using this as the project bag the last 2 weeks, which has been just great. I love it. Okay. This one, we have a little notebook. Oh, and it has the same like pine cones and pine needles that the last one did. So it says notes on it. And what's nice is, get a little bit closer so you can see. They are dotted kind of graph paper so that you can create designs. I love that. I wanted to get a little bit more into creating some designs. And I've actually never used this type of paper other than maybe in school. So I'm excited to sketch some things out and see what goodies we can come up with. And we have measuring bands. Is that different than measuring tape? Oh no, it's measuring tape. Oh my gosh, that's cute. So this is Hobbii, and it says Hobbii upside down. Hobbii on it, and then on the back they have that cute little heart that is made out of yarn. And I always need measuring tape. Oh, are you? Oh, it's a little bent. That's sad. I could have just, look at the thing to see how wide it goes, but looks like we have 150 centimeters or 60 inches. So typical, but I like that. You always, I'm constantly misplacing these and I need to go buy more. So this came at a great time. Let's pull out the yarn we have. Ooh. So just like last week, we had the cotton. This is also in their Friends line, and this is extra fine merino yarn. Ready? Oh, this is so, oh my gosh, it is so soft. This is 100% wool. I'm guessing 100% extra fine merino wool. And it is size 2, so it's a fine weight, sport weight. And it is 165 meters, 180 yards. This is really pretty, I would say like a dusty rose kind of color. And it looks like there is 2 of those. So I'm excited to see what those, facing the right way, what those are going to make. They're squishy. Look at that. They got a lot of squish in them. This is fun. I love that these haven't been like super traditional Christmas colors. I love that like lately, like you've seen pink more with holiday colors. So that kind of fits. And last week, some of them were a little Christmassy, but they really weren't. So I'm liking this kind of non-traditional coloring. And then last up, we got some cute stitch markers. I always love some good stitch markers. We have a cute little Santa hat, little beanie, and then a little bell. And I love that they made sure that these were stitch markers for crocheters. They have the little claw that opens up. So much better than, well, the nice thing with these, and this is another reason to love these, is they're kind of universal. You can use them for knitting because obviously circle, the knitting needles can go straight through, but these are also something that you can use in crochet because they do open up, so you can place them where they need to be. So I am really excited to see what, obviously I'm thinking some stitch markers might be involved this week. And this really, like, can you get the squish factor on that? So good. Again, I will make sure, if I haven't already, that these, the name of these is on the screen. And let's see what we're going to make. Ready? Guys, this one might be my favorite so far. We already knew that this yarn was gorgeous, right? And super soft. And clearly, I did not get a chance to do it all. But this is something that is going to be finished before Christmas. because this just might turn into a gift for someone. This is the Snowdrop Kerchief. So it's not going to be big enough to be considered a scarf, but it's like, honestly, sometimes I prefer kerchief because I don't really want like a huge baggy scarf. I just want something, you know, not as bulky. And this is so lacy. Like, if you can see this, I don't know if the camera is picking up the color super, super well, but this is about, I'd say like a third, a little over a third in. It is a 2-row repeat. You have this beautiful lacy section, and then you have all these shells. The color of this like dusty rose is so good. Now, unfortunately for me, this is a color I love, but next to my skin, it kind of washes me out. So while I do love this color, this is not something that my Scandinavian white girl skin can take. Even though it's just, look at that, but like it literally like it matches me too well. But I love this, and I really might go look for this in another color, because it really is so soft. It's gorgeous. This pattern, I really love this pattern. Maybe just like a shade darker pink is what I need, and I could pull it off. But this is gorgeous. I love the lacy bits. I love the shell. This is, oh my gosh. So this is actually, I don't know if I said this before, but these are free patterns that are on the Hobbii website. So we get all the fun stuff with them, but they are actually free patterns on the Hobbii website as well. So Snowdrop Kerchief, if this is something that is striking your fancy, definitely I would recommend it. I'm glad I had a video for the first little bit because I was kind of understanding, but also there was like a part of me that was like, that seems wrong, but it was not wrong. So again, this is week number 3, Snowdrop Kerchief. It is, I can't, like, this is so, so pretty, guys. Join me next week for our last and final Hobbii Advent. I'm really sad, but I'm also like just giddy excited to see what it is. And I think this is something that I will definitely have to do again next year, even if Tony is not being the designer behind it. I like, if you haven't seen any of my shorts, PS, go check out that, because those are 2 other advent calendars I've been opening. But I love the mystery. I really, especially like, I feel like to do an advent, you really need to make sure it's an artist that you know and love, or at least like check out their other works. So like, I've bought from Hobbii before. I knew they were going to be great. I knew I've done a couple of Tony's patterns. Like, I had no worries that I was going to love her patterns. And so like, this one was a no-brainer for me this year. And the other 2 I have are from Yarnaceous Fibers. She is a local artist, and I have so much yarn from her. In fact, like, just like next to me, this is stuff that I have from her. Really, really love her stuff. This is from a mystery sale of hers, and like, not disappointed at all. These are both gorgeous. But all her stuff has like dinosaur themes to it, and her colors are fantastic. She knows what she's doing. And then the other one I have that I've been opening is Treehouse Knits. I have been a fan. She was one of the first, if not the first, indie yarn dyer I ever bought from. I'm trying to remember what yarn it was that drew me to her. Gilmore Girls. It was Gilmore Girls. I fell in love with her Gilmore Girls collection, and I was like, okay, maybe it's worth diving into fancy yarns. And ever since then, like, all of her collections that come out, and she did a Yarn of the Month club for a little bit that was kind of along the lines of traveling the world. I was not disappointed in any of those. And so this is actually the second, I feel like maybe I haven't bought an advent from her. Anyway, I knew that I was going to love every little bit of this, especially when I learned the theme of it. I mean, honestly, even stuff of hers that I'm not necessarily like big on the theme of, I still end up buying yarn because she's wonderful. So, tangent, I know, but again, Yarn Advent, love them. This is definitely something I will be doing again next year. And I think Hobbii is definitely going to be one of them because it's nice to have like a once a week. Because sometimes daily, okay, no, daily is amazing too. But with this being like a project involved in each, it's nice to have a little bit of time to work it up. And obviously, I didn't finish the whole thing, but um, I love that I've been able to start it, and that actually filming these has kind of forced me to maybe, or not to maybe, but to actually like start them when I'm like, oh, I'll get that started, or I'll do that at a later date. Like, no, this is actually forcing me to start it, and like that's really good for me. Actually, I love this. Like the last week, I never would have chosen that if I had seen it by itself. I'll be honest, but having done it, I really like that technique. And this one, like I would have been like, oh, it's pretty, but I don't know if I necessarily would have done it. But like having, the yarn and the material and I like the pattern, I love it. So absolutely a fan. That was very long-winded. Again, I'll catch you guys next week for the fourth and final week of Hobbii Advent. Bye.